What's going on, guys? In this training video, I'll be going over creating your MDM retargeting videos. So this is about the last module in automating your MDM Academy business, and this is retargeting ads. So we're setting up some ads that we're showing people that have built into some of the audiences we created, but didn't finish this process that we wanted them to do. Possibly they never even registered for the webinar, or possibly they never even watched the webinar. So what we want to do is we want to retarget those people, get in front of them again, and finish this process, kind of walk them through it. So I wanted to go over a couple of things, and then we're going to actually dive in on the back office, and I'm going to place a couple of retargeting ads with you. But I want to go over a couple of two retargeting ads that we're going to be going over with the MDM Academy business. Now, one is we're going to be retargeting the landing page. So basically, we're going to retarget people that have hit the page to register for the free training, but they haven't had a chance to register for it. Maybe they left, maybe something came up. So this is going to be a ad that is placed on Instagram or Facebook or possibly both and showing up everywhere. That's literally going to be walking this guy back through to register what he almost registered for, which is the training. So I'm going to touch on a little bit more about that. But guys, the next video that we're going to be doing for retargeting is we're going to actually be retargeting the webinar room. Now, the reason why we're retargeting the webinar room is because you will have people, it's about a 19.5-minute webinar. So it's not super long, but we will have people that possibly get off this page, and our application form is on the right of the webinar. So we really are hoping to have these people, apply to work with us. So they need to fill out the form. But if they don't, then they obviously left the webinar. So we want to retarget those people to possibly finish the webinar and finish filling out an application. Again, we want to walk these people back through the process that they possibly are leaving along this way. And this is really going to help them not leave along this whole process, guys. So these are a couple of actual ads, retargeting ads that we're going to be targeting after. One is going to be landing page and the other is going to be webinar room. And now, guys, let's actually dive into the back office, and I want to show you how we're going to place these ads. All right, guys, so I'm back and I'm inside of my ClickFunnels account, inside of the funnel. Now I want to make sure that you guys have the two audiences that we need made that we're going to be placing our retargeting ads towards. So real quick, guys, I'm inside here and I want to make sure I make two retargeting audiences. One is going to be somebody that hit the opt-in page but did not go to the webinar room plus application. So they didn't go to the webinar room. And then also we're going to do one that somebody who hit the webinar room but they didn't go to the scheduling page. So this is why it's super important that you guys have that redirect in the application, because we will know if somebody watched some of the webinar but didn't fill out the application and left, because if they did fill out the application, they would be redirected to the scheduling page. So we want to make sure we have two different retargeting audiences that we can target back to instead of just driving cold traffic, because we will lose people along the process, people that will leave from not opting in or not watching the full webinar. And when we need to basically remind them, we need to walk them through. Retargeting is awesome for doing that. So I've got my ads manager pulled up in here. Now I'm in the asset library where we go into building audiences. So if you guys need to know, you guys go into all tools, go into audiences. So I pull up audiences here, wait for it to load. And as you guys might notice, I am not on Google Chrome. For some reason, Google Chrome was not loading my business manager stuff, so I decided to hop on Safari. Things happen, but I would recommend Google Chrome. But now we're inside of the audiences. Now, as you see, I've got two audiences made right here. One is a retargeting MDM affiliate webinar plus application page, and then one is a retargeting MDM affiliate opt-in page. Now, once you start seeing traffic and stuff go to these, this will add size, and then these red will turn into green, and it will show you the availability. So don't worry about that. But we need to make sure we make these two audiences right here. So the way we're going to do that, guys, is we're going to go into custom audiences. We're going to go into website traffic. Now we're going to go into people who visited a specific web page. We want to go back to our ClickFunnels, and I want to copy this URL. Then I want to go back to my assets, and I want to paste it in there. Take that space away so it's clean, and then we're going to lock it in place. Now I want to exclude and go back to my ClickFunnels, and then go to this webinar room, and basically copy that. And I want to paste it, go into here, people who visited a specific page, and then boom. I want to paste it right inside of there, then exit out that space, then boom, lock it into place. So what this is telling me is we want to retarget in front of people that hit the registration page but didn't opt in, or they would have went to the training room. So this is going to be our retargeting opt-in page, and we're going to want to create that, and the same thing goes, guys, for the webinar and application page. We're going to do the same thing: custom audience, website traffic, people who visited a specific page. I've already got this URL, so I'm going to paste it in there, make sure I take the space away, boom, lock it in. Go back to funnels. Now I'm moving really fast, guys, so you might need to pause the video if you are trying to do this with me. Then I'm going to go into people who visit a specific web page, paste that in here. Well, that's the audience name, so I don't need it in there, but I want it in there. Back the space away, lock it into place, and then name it. So this is retargeting webinar page, no application. Boom. And so that's just telling me what it is. It will be populating. As you see, these two are populating. Once it's populated, you'll have people. So when you're sending traffic, of course, I'm not sending any traffic to these. You're going to see that you will have size and everything in there. So that is how we're going to create the audiences. We need the audiences. Now I'm going to briefly go into the ads manager and show you guys how to place these. So when we're going to create an ad, of course, we're going to go into create. What we want to do is, I'm just going to hit start over real quick. What we want to do is hit conversions. Now, if we are running for email leads, so people that have maybe hit the page but didn't opt in, we want to run for those. So we want to, put in our retargeting opt-in page set up. So I'm going to go into here. Now, what I want to make sure that I am doing is, we're not going to do really any targeting inside of here, but we are going to do is use those audiences that we made. So, for example, I'm going to retarget this. Boom. Now it's going to say unavailable because I don't have. Now these guys, you're not going to have a huge audience in this, and you're only going to be spending a couple dollars per day to get in front of these people. So you want to keep all your targeting just like that. You can leave the age, or you can even, narrow it down to what you had it running on the ad set, just to be double sure that nobody possibly on your page or anything, if you're not excluding your page, might be over that age and see it. But you should be all fine. You can uncheck this box. Don't even have to do any detailed targeting, because you're just putting it in front of everybody that have already gone through this process. And they just left. So it's just going to show it in front of them. It's not going to show it in front of cold traffic. Now, if we're running on Facebook, just solely on Facebook, or an ad solely on Instagram, we want to make sure we do go into edit placements. And I would recommend running it both on Facebook, Instagram, Audience Network. I would recommend it going everywhere. The reason being is because you want it to pop up everywhere in front of the person you're trying to show it in front of, the audiences that you're trying to show it in front of. As a second time. So if it really works well, you might even have somebody go to watch your webinar or go to opt in and not even opt in, and then they go back to their Facebook and boom, they'll start seeing your retargeting ad immediately. So that's what we want to do. Maybe if they switch to Instagram or go, on Tinder and start swiping, they'll see your ad again. So we want to make sure that we're doing that. Now back up here to the cost. Oh, right here to the cost. You guys want to do either a lifetime budget or a daily budget. It doesn't really matter for this partake because you are just literally going right in front of your audience, basically your controlled audience that you've built up. I would recommend running something for maybe $2 or even $5 a day, but nothing more. You should be good with starting around $2 to $3. Keep it all just like this. And then, of course, you're going to go into your ad and make your ad and place your ad correctly. Make sure that everything looks smooth and it's congruent. If you're using a video, use a video. There is attached videos below of similar maybe videos that you could run for retargeting. Now these are just examples. You might have to use your creativity to kind of tweak what I've said in some of the videos, but you can use those for some examples. So whether you're running a picture or video, make sure you've got it congruent. You're running to the right page. So if I'm retargeting my webinar room, I'm not going to be running people back to the registration because they've already registered. We want to make sure we're running them to the webinar room. You want to make sure that you are congruent with your ads, but that basically the couple of different things that we will be doing. Also the conversion is we want to make sure, again, if we are doing, we've already ran for complete registrations or an email lead. So we already have somebody who's registered, went to the webinar room, and we're retargeting the people that left the webinar room. We want to not do a conversion as MDM or your email lead. We want to make sure we do the complete registration one. The reason being is because they're already an email lead. So you don't need to, that's not the main goal. The main goal now, we want to turn those people into the complete register. So you want to make sure you've got the correct conversion link to which retargeting ad. And it's either going to be your lead, which is people that didn't go from the opt-in page to your webinar room, and then also we're running after complete register or registrations for people who left your webinar room and did not fill out an application or schedule a call. So guys, hopefully that helped you out with placing your retargeting ads. Normally you should be placing retargeting ads after you've built up, good amount of traffic and people to your site. You won't be able to retarget after you've had, 2 or 3 people. Normally after we have, a good 100, 200,000 people that have gone to it, then we can start retargeting. So hopefully that was helpful in setting up your retargeting ads for MDM affiliate